Uppy, uppy, uppy. It's One Funny Morning. I'm Dana Blizzard, and it's too early in the morning. This is the dumbest show in the whole world.
From Monday
to Friday. Sometimes on Saturdays.
Why would you say that in front of all these people?
Dean stinks.
You never know what's gonna happen.
That's your Dateline voice?
I don't know.
It wasn't good.
It wasn't.
It's not a chicken leg. This is a chicken leg.
Look at that manhole cover on my face.
Not a bad rendition of me. Hold on.
We know your brother. We'll give you a ride to school or whatever.
That's called
our small
murder
town.
in New Jersey.
He was a lot
Like what is?
with his everything.
Oh,
What's outside your Puerto de Clima?
best selling. Yeah.
Hey, Lucy Oliveira again from Peterborough, Ontario, and I just wanted to show you my adorable little ukulele, my little frogger. Anyways, I know so many songs. Let me show you. These are the chords I know. You might kind of hear the intro. I'll give you something if you can. Anything? Anybody? No? Take it away, Dina.
Lucy, I love it. You're in the band. That was your audition. You're in the band. Good morning, everybody. Girl, you figured out you could chat before I get here. So I was about to go live with cookies. And I looked in the freezer and they were gone. And then I was like, I have to make myself a breakfast. So I had this set up. And I just didn't turn it on. So yeah, so if I'm around, I'll turn it on. That means we're close. That means something has gone horribly wrong, but I'm coming. I don't know. Maybe we'll just do a whole show where you just chat. I don't know. That feels like a fun option. Good morning. Good morning. I'd say good morning during the ad. Oh, good. Katie, you can see. Oh, I know, Susan. It's very pretty behind me. I don't know why we weren't facing this direction the whole time. But we're new now. So this is, ads don't play, right? During that waiting period. I don't know. So I made a bagel. He said, I'm doing well. This Thursday, 12:50 a.m. Where are you again, Dean? Good morning. 5 days until school starts here. Christina, where are you? Okay. Boobie has been cracking me up. Boobie. There is a bee/fly/something. I'm gonna let you watch. Is it a bee or a fly? I don't know what it is. But I was in the kitchen making a bagel. And something either flew by her or landed on her or something. And she reacted like a human. She was like, it was the dog version. It has been hilarious. It was the human reaction to a bee. I thought that dogs understood nature and were just going to be like, that's a bee. Most likely won't bother me. She was like, you've never seen a dog do it before. I don't really know what's happening. Wait, is it a bee? I'm about to freak out. There's definitely something. Some schools started August 1st. She is on high alert, y'all. And she, Renee, she did She did full karate hands, but as a dog. And this bee is not giving up. It looks like it just flew away. But so dogs, they call it kidney bean when they're excited, where they'll just kind of turn, right? It's called kidney beaning. And girlfriend was, oh, now she's pooping. I'll give her some privacy. She was kidney beaning left and right. Oh, she is not hunting it down to protect me, Brenda. Boobie don't protect anybody from anything. She protected herself. She'll be like, listen, I'm going to miss you. She don't. Lulu on my thigh all day long. I'm not going anywhere. We're going to get, you understand? You can't tell Lulu, stay. She don't know that word. She's like, my stay is with you. Where do you think you're going? Ruby? It's like, I'll be at the spa. And that's your bed. I'll be up there all day. I don't need anything. Just quiet, maybe some quiet, and no other humans to come anywhere near. It's a very different. Where's Dean? I can find nowhere where it's 12 on Thursday. It's another planet. I think Dean might be drinking. She is not having it. Look at her. She's in full state. She's like, I'm about to get up out of here. New Zealand. Check New Zealand. Listen, I believe him. It could be next Tuesday. It could be next Tuesday there. And I'd be like, that sounds right, Dean. I have no understanding of the world, the future. He could be like, guys, it's September 5th here. And I'd be like, okay, that's where Dean is. How is next month? She is, just so you know. Does anybody know how to fix that lavender plant? I think it needs to drain more, and I gotta figure out how to put holes in it. I don't know how I do that. It's not having it. Lulu. I could literally just sit and watch her all day. Our today is your tomorrow. Okay, Dean. Why do I feel like Dean just turned into Confucius? He's like, our today is your tomorrow. And like, oh, okay. Boobie looks like she's been on a binger all night. Stop eating that. Lulu got the bad belly again. So one is trying to dodge the bees, and the other one's trying to eat all the plants. I think one might have gotten her. I scratched her hindquarters, but I'm not sure. She's just so... We are a day ahead scientifically. No, they're a day ahead of us. Deb, pay attention. They are a day ahead of us. It's tomorrow. Early morning. I can't. Anyway. Okay. Have you guys been paying attention to what's happening with Uber? Big story in the New York Times. All right, first let me say this. Not my Dean, different Dean, New Zealand Dean. So there was an article, I forget where I was coming home from, and Jason and I, maybe Dallas, just recently, Jason and I get into our Uber coming back from the airport, as one does, like millions of people. Oh, we're going to talk about Leanne next. And we get in the Uber, and I would just happen to be on my app reading the paper, because I feel like when I do corporates, I just disappear. So I'm reading the news. And this was, 2 weeks ago? And it was an article about how Uber started rolling out what they're calling like women for women, where a female rider could request a female driver. And I thought, I haven't heard anything about this. And I like it. I was using Uber a lot when I was touring and all over the world at times. Very rarely do I see women. And when I do have women drivers, I ask them lots of questions. I don't see a lot of you. And most of them will say they mainly drive early mornings, airport runs, stuff like that. I'd feel weird about a female driver helping me with my luggage. I wouldn't. I don't care. I'd be like, girl, let's do it together. Listen, I have a ton of male drivers that don't even get out of their car, Shakendra, and I'm done. You don't get out of the car to say hello and grab a bag? Don't worry about your tip. No. So if I ever get out, I'll request a woman. Yes. See, Dean, I don't know if it works, though. I think you on your profile would have to identify as a woman in order to get a woman driver. Although maybe it lets man do it. I don't know. Either way, there is a way that you can request a female driver. So this was 2 weeks ago. And in it, it said that it actually launched the app in Saudi Arabia. So I guess in countries where there is maybe high instances of perhaps violence against women, that they had instituted it, and it was well received. Today I woke up. Front page, New York Times, is an expose on Uber. And it talked about, she's trying to get it now. She don't know. An expose about a specific Uber ride. So Uber has a lot of safeguards in it. One of them is you could share your ride with somebody. So if I get into an Uber, I could say, share this ride with Jason. So Jason will get updates that say, Dina just got into the Uber. Dina is on her way to this location. Dina has arrived safely at her location. You can share your location. Women not allowed in male driver's car. That makes sense. Anyway, there was an instance where a woman orders an Uber at 8:49 p.m. Her ride should have taken 22 minutes. At one point, she contacts Uber and says, my driver is diverted from this route. She sends a second alert that says he has still diverted from the route. They send a text to her that says, are you okay? She doesn't respond. They send a second text, are you okay? She doesn't respond. At, 2 a.m., she contacts Uber and says she was raped in a hotel by the driver. And so this article and this investigation the New York Times did said there were 400,000 incidences of some type of assault on women that Uber knew about. They had solutions in place and they didn't implement them or something. It's a lot. You should read it. The number is a lot higher than I would have thought. Like I'm an avid user of Uber. reading this article, it got my spidey senses up. I don't know how many of you are using Uber and feel pretty comfortable. I've always felt, you've never taken an Uber? I can't say you should do it now, but I would say all of my, I refused to get in the car because I just didn't, I got a bad feeling. I would say 90% of my experience has been good. Some people were just rude. I've never taken an Uber alone. I've used only Uber in the last 5 years. Now, one of the things they were saying is Lyft better. I mean, probably not. They were saying in this article that they would really love to require drivers to have cameras in their cars for their protection and for ours, right? Because there are plenty of passengers that get in the car and do crazy stuff to people. And some of those videos have gone viral. A lady was hitting a man. Remember, she was like a doctor. She was in a residency and she was drunk as a skunk and started punching the guy. Do you guys remember that? And she was berating him and he had the video. They would have never believed him. Never believed him. And so I used to drive with Uber, had an incident with a man, never again. Really? I had an Uber driver take off while I was still only halfway in the car. Yeah. I never drove at night. Too scary with all the drunks. That's what I'm saying. I take Uber a lot. I've noticed almost everyone I've been in now has a camera, if not several. So they were saying Uber would really like to require that all their drivers have cameras in their car. Here's what the problem is that the way that Uber is structured, none of them are employees. They are all considered subcontractors because that way they don't have to provide benefits. They don't have to provide this and this and this, which would make it so they couldn't afford to do it. We couldn't afford to hire people. So there's only certain things legally that they can require a subcontractor to do. And I guess they feel like adding cameras to their car would cause a lot of legal issues for them. They also, so back in November, they said they were rolling out this Women for Women program, women drivers for women riders. And then they said in this article that then the election happened and they never rolled it out. Now, I just read it 2 weeks ago that they are going to start rolling it out in select cities. So it's just been interesting. And I don't know what it has to do politically with the climate, the election, whatever. But there's definitely something happening in a much bigger way than I've ever heard in terms of the incidences that are happening and are not being reported to the public, which I think is not okay. There were a lot of undertones that Uber knew about this and had protections in place and didn't roll them out. It's just something. You know what I'm saying? Girl, something not right. Are we supposed to see ads during this live? Is anybody seeing ads? I think I have the settings right, but I don't know. We took a driverless car. Now I think we might be better. Yeah, and I don't even know how I feel about that. Would you rather be in a driverless car or one where you're going to get assaulted? You know, like, let's go driverless. Is there a bear around? Can I have a bear drive me? That's a throwback. That was a callback and a really good one. I hope you got it. Yes, I'm getting it. Okay. So not everybody gets ads. It really depends on where you are and your market. So this is your PSA. Just stay on alert. Why don't you just call 911? Listen, I think that's the perfect solution. But if for some reason you were in a car, you're at somebody's mercy. If somebody said, give me your phone, you're done. Mm-hmm. It's just, the thought of it is like, and could you imagine? Could you imagine in the 80s or 90s be like, hey, see that person that got a sign, get in their car? Getting in their car. But we've normalized it so much, and they do have so many safeguards. You can see like how many rides. Like I look and I'm like, he got 5,000 rides. Fine, I'll go. You got 2 rides? I'm good. I'm good. Mm-hmm. So it's just it's just weird. Anywho. Mm-hmm. Hey, Amy. My company requires we use Uber. Yeah, well, I mean, I would absolutely, if I had the choice to choose a woman, I would. Wouldn't you? I know Dean's like, I would. But I mean, if there was a button, I would. I don't know. All right, let's talk about Leanne. Did everybody do their homework? All right. So let's go over your homework. Your homework was to watch Leanne, which I feel like they could have put a little bit more time into the jingle. I want to ask this question. So I'm not going to just ask you a blanket statement. Did you like it? I'm going to break it into categories. Are we ready? Watch 3 episodes. Okay. There was homework. Yes, there was homework. Okay. Overall likability of the show. No spoilers. Well, it's a sitcom. It's not like a murder. It's a sitcom. Kim, maybe leave. I don't want to ruin it for you because we are going to discuss Leanne. I don't think there's a spoiler. It's a sitcom. It's funny. Okay, let's talk about. Let's start this. Did you like it? Thumbs up, thumbs down. Was so cute. I'm fine with spoilers. Watched it all. I tried the first episode. Nope, same tired formula. The sisters a riot. I think it gets better after the second episode. I've only seen some of her stand-up. Very funny. Overall, I liked it, but it was predictable. It was okay. The writing is so good. It's based on her comedy act, I'm assuming. No. Yes and no. Thumbs down for now. Red finger number 1. It's funny, likable, wasn't really wowed. Was better than Frankie and Grace. Okay, Janice. Frankie and Grace was one of the best series written. And you're going to say Leanne was better? Janice, we're going to need to take this outside. I am outside, but further. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. She and her sister are a good pair. I like the clips I've seen. I binged all the episodes. Not a fan. Loved it. My son was hysterical watching with me, and he was hysterically laughing with me. Katie, I love that he watches. She's funny as hell. Even Bill liked it. Loved it. Entertaining. Can't stand the cheating husband. Sorry. Spoiler. It's in the first episode. I watched like 6 episodes before you met. I thought it was all right. Kind of nostalgic style. Maybe it'll get better in the future. Familiar formula. Don't have a thumb to contribute yet. The later episodes are better in my opinion. I watched 6 episodes. I very rarely audibly laugh out loud, and I did multiple times. Even my husband busted out. Laughed a lot. Expressions were amazing. Same story as many others. Kind of boring, but I really like Leanne. No, way better than Frankie and Grace. Not even close. Okay, Brenda. Oh, Brenda and I are going to have at it on Sunday. Love Tim Daly. Girl. If he had a show called Tim Daly, I loved him on Wings. Franny said not hysterical. Bob loved it, wanted to keep watching. Would never say it was better than Grace and Frankie. Reba was funnier. I was surprised to see Tina Fey. Was Tina Fey in it? Did I miss something? What? Girl, was Tina Fey in it? I watched the whole thing. Whose line is it anyway? Yeah, that guy. My husband came in to see what it was so funny. The Goldbergs is hilarious, yeah. Leanne was predictable, but it had funny moments. It was good, but not mind-blowing. No, Tina Fey wasn't in it. I was gonna say. I was like, Ryan Stiles, that's his name. Okay, is this a new game called Did You See Tina Fey? I know, I watch it for Tim Daly. Okay, I agree. Okay, so I am a big Leanne fan. Big. And I think that if she didn't have that fandom already, I don't know that this would have gone. But I think she's hilarious. Now, I don't know if you know this, and I can't say for sure they did this, but I'm pretty close. The first episode that you watched was not the first episode, most likely, that they shoot. Does that make sense to you? So when I worked in television and we were doing, it was a daily talk show, Nate Berkus. I remember the first day we show up, somebody's calling themselves first name, last name. All right, listen to me. Whoever's going by first name, last name, girl, please keep it. But you gotta put your name in. First name, last name. You're adorable. So what was I talking about? Oh, so they actually shoot like episode 7 first. They do other ones throughout the season to give somebody the chance to start feeling a rhythm, right? So that you're not watching the first episode and their first time on television, right? So as I was watching the series, I was like, I wonder which one of these was the first one they shot. I couldn't tell. I expected to be rolling the floor. I wasn't, but it was fun. Talked about that on a recent. Yeah, did she? Okay. I was going to say it's usually what you would do. But I was like, I didn't see any episode further down the road. Here's what I will say. Love her. Love her stand-up. I didn't love how they chose the storyline because, you know, when she talks about her stand-up and the way she talks about her husband in real life, like they've been married for 30 some years, and it's so beautiful. So I don't know. I mean, I know they had to put some framework around her, but I just loved listening to her stories about her and her husband's really, like, he'll just walk in and put his hand on her boob and like she's just eating breakfast. It's just funny. But I did think it was very predictable. You know, I was like, and now they're going to say this, and now she'll say this, and there it is. It just, it was a very like, I've seen this before. You just put different people in, you know, like, I don't know that part. And I agree. I actually think the second half of the first season, when, is when they start to find their groove, which is, you know, what I guess it should be. So you hope that people are going to stay with us with an, a show long enough to get them to find. Although I did find it weird that her daughter in the season doesn't really. I was like, so she's 30 and she's like a deadbeat, and then she ships off to go to the Peace Corps. Does anybody? I was like, why is she in the show? Did anybody think that was weird? I was like, maybe there's something more. Yeah, it's a comfort show. It was the kind you could watch, and I did. I put it on. I was making dinner. I was surprised she fell in love so fast, and I was surprised that like her husband leaves her, gets a lady pregnant, and she's like, "All right, come on over. We have to have a party." I was like, "This is clearly a sitcom." And like the kids were like, "Oh, we're really sorry to hear that, Mom." You know what I'm saying? It just like the older brother in Happy Days just goes away. It was funny. Yeah, it's not going to win a ton of awards. If you're looking something lighthearted, a good laugh, it is. Yeah, it's something. You know what I mean? But all that said, I watched the whole thing. It lacks emotion. Judy, I would say depth, because I find Leanne endearing. It was this. It wasn't. But maybe that's not what it's meant to be. I don't know. Love the Preacher, the guy from The Conners. So I didn't watch that. 2 months after my divorce, my husband met and married my next door neighbor. Laura. I'm sorry, what? Laura. I would like to see your show. The emotions, humor, not intense. Made you think emotion. Yeah, it's a good break from my murder shows. Yeah, I'm not sure that's what they were going for. That's what I mean. And there's the turn. Brought to you by Laura. Laura, did they know each other before? I don't understand. My ex married our babysitter. Why are these plot lines better than this show? What? What? What show are we talking about? We're talking about Leanne. Wow. There's something. Don't get a babysitter. Don't have a neighbor. Can't do anything. I got 3 episodes in. I got bored. Yeah. I wish that I know at least 2 people whose exes left them for their nannies. Girl, don't get a nanny. Don't get a nanny. Wow. The way my life is going, my show would be so much better. Make sure your babysitter's ugly. Girl, don't get the cheerleader. Get the girl in math club. Am I wrong? If you watch her interview with Oprah, she didn't write it but she was able to tweak parts. That makes sense. What are you eating? A bagel. Math geeks are freaks. Watch out. Just kidding. I know. Get a girl that plays the glockenspiel. My daughter's looking for a new nanny position, but she won't go after your husband. That's her pitch right there. My dad started dating my monk's friend 3 weeks after she died, married her 2 months later. You mean my mom's friend? You said monk, Suzanne, which is really changing the story. How many monks do you know? Dad started dating my mom's friend 3 weeks after she died, married her 2 months later. That's weird. Suzanne, that's weird. You're going to need to tell that story at open mic. Yeah. When I had a nanny, I was working at QVC, like early mornings. Her name was Nanny Jackie. I think she was 90 when I hired her. She's like 130 now. She was a mum. I think she wore those like tight knee-high pantyhose. I wasn't stupid. I know one monk personally. Oh, it's more than weird. I'm going to need more than 2 minutes. Suzanne, you got to bring that. That's the story I want to hear on Sunday. Oh, Suzanne, write it and then have somebody else read it. Some people are like, oh my gosh. Listen, we're having a lot of fun at open mic. And Shikendra's going to read Suzanne's story this week. Oh my gosh, you got to be partners. All right, so we're doing this thing. Let me go look at my Google. Hold on. I'm going to put my thinking face on. We're doing this thing. So there's a lot of people who are still a little nervous about speaking. And we're trying to get through that. And so we're matching people up to see if they want, still only Madeline. Only Madeline signed up. She don't got no partner. I'm looking right at you. All of you open micers. I've already written my 2 minutes for Sunday. I know what you're going to read next week because I want to hear that story. Yeah. Wow. What? Wait, Laura's saying stuff. I just want to just read all Laura's stuff. 15 years, he never cleaned anything in our house. I did it all. He was cleaning her house next door, and I was so mad. What? Laura. Okay, listen to me, Laura. I need. Okay. When you got divorced, was she already living there? She had to be. Because it's the way you put it, it was like you got divorced. Then randomly he started dating your next door neighbor. No. But now you can see him coming out the house with a mop. Oh gosh, I just want to hear this story. Yes, you do, Deb. Mooney, keep calling you Debbie. Bought the house 1 month later. So did they know each other during the divorce? A mop and roses on Friday. Girl, I can't, Laura. Laura, we're all invested. I'm more invested in this than I am in 16 episodes of Leanne. I'm gonna be honest. You know how to do a good hook, because I'm hooked. Can you bring Laura on? We all need to hear this story. I wish I could. I don't know how to do it. No, Dina, they moved. The kids became friends. That's how they met. Of course they did. Girl. Oh, Suzanne, I get you. Hmm. Hmm. Wow. Yeah. What is that ping sound? I think it was like an alert. Something just popped up on my computer. Wow. Are they still together, Laura? Laura, listen. You gonna go to heaven. You're real matter of fact about it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's 16 episodes, Shikendra, but they're so quick. They're like 22 minutes, a half hour episode is like 22 minutes or something. I have a nephew who cheated on my niece with their daughter's best friend's mom. Okay. Hold on. I have a nephew who cheated on my niece with their daughter's best friend's mom. Tracy, that was a lot. No, LaFive. No, all music rights are across everything. It's somebody's intellectual property, so it doesn't matter where you are. Do you need to be a subscriber for open mic? No. Well, you have to subscribe to open mic. It's $17.50 a month, and so you get 4 open mic nights. And you can come for all 4. You can come to 2. You can come whenever you want. Participate. You can listen. I think it's great to just come by, stop in, do it for a month. You can cancel it anytime. But I don't know. We consistently have 35 people, and those people I think kind of come in the mix. I think I haven't looked in a while because everybody's kind of on different cycles of when they started. But it's pretty consistent. The whole thing has really been, I don't know anybody else that's doing it. And so I was like, well, let's see, we're going to put it out there and let's see, what the world says. The world is either going to say like, I don't need this, or the world is going to say, this is helpful. And I don't know that I will get this anywhere else. And so, part of me was like, well, maybe we'll start with a bang and then slowly people will fall away, which sometimes happens, but it's been pretty consistent. And really helpful. Last night, if you want to sign up, go to OneFunnyMother.com, and there's a thing that says open mic at the top. It was really interesting. Last night, I taught a class for Story Summit to writers, learning how to pitch their work. And I think that learning how to pitch doesn't matter if it's an idea for a product or an off-Broadway show, or it's a joke, or it's a story you want to tell at a party. The structure is the same. And so it's interesting to work with our group every week to really start to think about, how Missy and I as artists can put into words that could help people who are not doing this every weekend. Like, what are those things that we do all the time on stage, and the way that we kind of formulate stories or jokes that are quick and meant to keep someone's attention. And so it's been a wonderful exercise for Missy and I, and Steph is there running our tech, to just watch people grow and learn. And it's been great. I hope everybody likes it as much as we like doing it, because it really gets my mind percolating. So we'll see. My close to finishing my book. I have not worked on it. I really have been a little overwhelmed with houses lately. Can I enter open mic from Australia? Yes, of course, Margaret. I'm not sure what time it equates to be for you. It's 8 o'clock Eastern Standard on Sundays. I think you're ahead of us, which would make it 2 in the morning. And I am not honoring Shikendra's intentions on being a listener. I'm not always a funny person. I'm situationally funny. Tracy, I think that all of us feel that way. I mean, I think I very much felt the same way. Like when I started doing stand-up, and this is by no stretch meant to teach people to be a comedian. There are some people who are working on funny stories, and just learning that structure and understanding what 2 minutes feels like. But I love when people come with funny stories, but I also love when people come with poignant stories and gut-wrenching stories. And I think it's so funny. I was telling somebody about what we do, and I was sharing some of these beautiful stories that people bring. And some of them are just so vulnerable and so close to their heart, and others are just silly and funny. And I was telling my friend, and I was describing the stories, and they were like, this sounds like therapy, right? I go, what? She goes, this sounds like therapy. That's what it sounds like you're doing. I said, in a lot of ways, it is. It's a way to get things out of your body, and to talk about them in a way that makes it okay for you to talk about them. Sometimes when we talk about things that are so close to us, we tend to just break down because it's the first time we've said something out loud. But I remember with Brooke, like talking with her about how she learns and how she needs to communicate with people. Like, I can't understand it when you explain it this way. If you can tell me this way, it would really help me. And being okay saying to somebody, this is what I need in order to do my job the best way that I can. And I don't know anybody that doesn't have something, and being okay saying that to people. I'm a chatterbox. I don't know how I'd adjusted 2 minutes. I speak longer in a food store bet. Yeah, Tracy, it's very funny because a lot of people say, well, if you gave me more time, I could tell you. I'm like, you don't get more time. You don't get more time if you were at an open mic. You get 2 minutes. And in that 2 minutes, it could take you months to figure out how to tell a story in 2 minutes. But when you finally get it, and you get that rhythm, and you get the beats, and you can keep somebody's attention for 2 minutes, it's awesome. It took me 8 months to write something funny, and I was obsessed with it. But anyway, so I said to my friend, they were like, this sounds like therapy. They're like, how much is this? I said, it's $17.50 a month. They're like, that's the cheapest copay I ever heard. And they're like, you get to go for 4 times. I said, yeah. So is the cost per month or per 4 episodes? Like, should I wait till the first? Oh, it's per 4 episodes. Like, your month will start whenever you sign up. And then it would be, it's like 30 days from then. I'm not sure how it calculates it. But yeah, so that's why I was saying, like, I don't know that I can, like, it was hard to make the change to Sunday night because I was like, like, I know Joey Joe, like, signed up for Wednesdays because he could do Wednesdays. And I was like, well, now we're going to move it. Right. So it's hard because not everybody's on the same cycle. You can cycle in and out. So those who are saying they can't condense to 2 minutes would really benefit. Yeah. I hate the challenge of 2 minutes. I try and get my special needs students to be better advocates so they can learn better, and I can teach them the way that they need to learn. Terry, it's really important. It's really important. I remember being somewhere with Brooke, and I met another mom, and we were talking about her daughter and Brooke, and I started talking about Brooke, and she came over, and she was like doing that thing where she was young. She was leaning in and she was talking about here. She's like, why are you telling her? Why are you telling her all that stuff about me? And I said, because there's nothing wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with you. And I'm telling her so she can hear there's nothing wrong with her and there's nothing wrong with you. Like, that's our job. Our job is to talk about things. So it's not a secret. And this mom doesn't have to learn everything from scratch. Like, that's our job. And so I'm a big proponent of that. And I hope, Terry, that I'm 12 hours ahead. It's now 9:35 p.m. Okay, well then it would be 8 in the morning, Margaret. on Monday. Wow, that would be a way to start your Monday morning, Margaret. We'd love to have you, but that would be a lot for you. It would be like, Margaret, time to get up, like that. Mm-hmm. The treasure is in the edit. It makes the story great. It is. It is time math. Yeah. Yeah. And there's some people here. Trina, we'd love to have you back. Learn that you don't need to tell the entire backstory to tell a story. No more oversharing. It is. It's very, I think it's important. You know, if you listen to some good stand-up, and I know you're all on Instagram or Facebook, and you'll see clips of some of your favorite comedians come through your feed. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to listen to your favorite comedian. And I want you to listen to how many extra words or details they put into a story. A really good comedian will only tell you the words that need to be in it. There'll be no extras. That's our job. Our job is brevity. And if you can train your brain to use only those words. And there are times where like Missy will tell a story or she'll start a new joke. And I'm like, you don't need that other part taken out. And she'll look at me, she'll be like, no, I think I need. And then we stare at each other. She goes, I don't need that. I'm like, you don't. Get rid of it. It's very hard to do. Tracy's like, just so you know, that sounds very hard. It is. But the minute you start to train your brain to do it, there's something that clicks, and then you don't have to think about it anymore. Like there was a time where I was so focused on what I was writing, and it was so hard, Tracy, and it was like a punch in the gut when you're like, that's not right. They didn't get it. And then so I've been doing it for 23 years. And now, because I've done it for so long, I don't have to sit down and formulate how I say things. Like people will be like, you're so funny off the cuff. I'm like, it's just how my brain is wired now. My brain just will get to things quick because you'd be like, get rid of that, get rid of that. But now it's just happening so fast. My husband is really funny, but he uses too many words. That's unusual for a guy. I'm a book author, so it's hard to train my brain to use less details. Well, here's what I think is interesting. And it does not have to be funny at all, Tom. What I think is interesting is that I had spent probably, by the time I was on radio, I had probably spent 6 or 7 years as a comic. And so getting like brevity, tight, and get out, right? And then I went to do radio. And that format is take one topic and just kill it for an hour from every angle. And it was really hard. But you started to, like, it was a different skill set. It was a different muscle. And you were like, so now I have to say something that will incite somebody to call in and talk to me about it. My family would love it if I edit myself. My boys always tell me I talk way too much. April, we would love to have you. We have some people, I'm not going to name names, where I've narrowed them down to 1 minute. I'm like, you can talk for 1 minute. And you better have a beginning, a middle, and an end. And get out. And you can start to, whoop, you see them. I'm like, where did you go? You were on the train, and the train was about to pull in, and you were like, squirrel. And you're like, we lost you. If I join, can I just be a reader? Terry, you can come, and you can just be a listener for however long you want. It's called the Shakendra Clause. And we just started instituting readers as a way to encourage people, because I think for a lot of people, it's hard to read their own words, but they can read other people's words. And so it was a good like training wheel. So you can come and just listen. It's called Shakendraing. But even if you just do 1 month and check it out, I don't know. I think it's been really great, and it's really helping me kind of put to paper. I made a logo. I'm going to show the group. I'm going to show the group first. It's our new logo. I'm a squirrel. I know. We all are. Have you watched the show? Listen, I have my squirrel moments when I'm like, whatever, we're just in an English garden relaxing. No, it does not have to be Anne Marie. Anne Marie said, or you can just cry. Anne Marie. Yeah, I'm not going to share too much, but Anne Marie timed her cry and knew she was crying. And I'll say, listen, we're going to start the timer. You have 2 minutes. And I don't even think I finished the sentence. She's like, okay. I was like, girl, you do whatever you want with your 2 minutes. So no, Katie, it doesn't have to be comedy. We have people that talk about lots of different things. It's your 2 minutes. I don't care what you do with it. What's important is that there's a beginning, middle, and an end. And there's a hook, and you tell me why I want to listen. Yeah, sometimes the intro is a 2-minute story of its own. I know, and we had to stop doing that. Debbie, we're not close yet, but when we get close, I will tell you. Thank you for asking. All these mediums are practicing different styles of wordsmithing, writing, radio, public speaking, and they aren't easy, but they're also important. I agree. And crying, yes. I'm glad I'm past most of all the crying. Mm-hmm. Did you make my name a verb? I think what? Did I hear something? Do we use laptops or phones? You could use either, Ed. The only thing I ask is that you have a stand for it, so it sits still. The week that I had vertigo, there were a few people doing this, and I was like, I really need you to sit down and find a spot. But as long as you can see us and it's a good feed and you can see the chat. When I talk at legislative meetings, I have 3 minutes, but I can always be cut to 2 or 1 minute. Yeah. And even that, you have to understand what does 1 minute feel like? It's a good exercise for sure. So it's just a treat. I feel like Sunday night, we're all like, whew, but then we get together and talk and cry, chit chat, laugh a little. Kyle goes. So it's fun. So anyway, that's it for me, everybody. Thanks, Rebecca. Very similar to how we train kids to read. Yeah. Talking about this month's adventure. 2 minutes and bump on an eye, and now I have a left. Oh, Tracy. Yeah, you could talk about that. Doretta. I've heard people have vertigo, and I'm like, okay, crazy pants. And then God gave it to me. Mm-hmm. And it was not fun. All right, so I'm bebopping today. Hope you have a great one. Maybe tomorrow I will wake up in a new country, and that country might be Virginia. But I'm not sure. I think so. And then we'll see Nicole tomorrow. I'm going to sign my husband up. Maybe you could teach him to use less words. We would love it. Mm-hmm. I don't know what I would talk about. Well, Brenda, come listen. I think it's interesting, because it's new. A lot of times when people are new, they come and listen for a bit. And just kind of get a feel for the room or feel for the pace. But I love when we're able to infuse someone else into it that comes with kind of their own purpose. We just had Denise join us to talk about a pitch of a new idea she has. I think that every time somebody comes with a different, and everybody's reason for being there is different, and everybody's skill set that they're trying to work on is different. And so, for those people that are our wonderful listeners, I think you learn a lot from listening to other people, and you can start to even make adjustments even in your own mind. And at what time on Sunday? It's at 8:00. Brooke's car is getting fixed. There's a lot wrong with it. So I'm hoping that we're able to get her car back today, and then it'll still need some more things down the road. But I'm a good listener. Oh, just not a speaker. All right, Brenda. Well, it sounds like you're the perfect candidate. You should You should join us. We would love to have you. We do have a good time. So that's it. So thanks for watching. As always, like Judy from Saskatoon and Good Time Andrew say, join us for open mic. Even though neither of them have been there. They just know. Mine is to get better. That's right. Talking to the computer and pitching my art. And you're doing a great job. Heather. All right, everybody. That's it for me. Have a great day and a blessed day. Thanks for watching. And I'll see you tomorrow morning. I'll see you. Bye.
Hey guys, if you enjoyed today's morning show, make sure to follow us for more One Funny Mother content.
Okay, all right. Morse code is tapping.
And check out OneFunnyMotherStore.com for great new inappropriate swag. And for more exclusive content, consider becoming a supporter.
She got a bad leg.
Thanks again, and we'll see you tomorrow on One Funny Morning.